Every time you roll your bicycle into a shop, you're paying for two things: the parts and the knowledge of what's actually wrong. Here's what most shops won't volunteer. A huge chunk of the problems that land on a repair bench aren't repairs at all. They're 30-second adjustments that cost nothing once you know where to look. None of this means every shop is out to get you. Plenty of mechanics are honest, and some of what follows they'd happily show you for free if you just asked. But a few of these tricks can save you the exact fee a bike shop would charge for the same fix. And one, done wrong instead of right, could cost you a lot more than a repair bill. Let's start with the fix that quietly sends thousands of perfectly good bicycles into shops every year for something that isn't actually broken. Number 10. The barrel adjuster gear fix. Your gears skip, they hesitate. Sometimes they refuse to shift at all. Most riders assume something expensive just failed and book a $50 to $100 tune-up. It isn't the derailleur failing or the cassette wearing out. It's a small, knurled dial sitting right where the shifter cable enters the mechanism that moves your chain between gears, the rear derailleur. That's the barrel adjuster. Turn it counterclockwise, a quarter turn at a time, while pedaling until the shift snaps into place. If it gets worse, turn it back clockwise. A quarter turn moves the cable by a fraction of a millimeter. That's all it takes to fix shifting that felt broken a minute earlier. Smoother shifts, less drivetrain wear. One repair bill avoided. Number 9, the chain stretch ruler test. Your bicycle still shifts perfectly. Then the mechanic checks your chain, and suddenly you're looking at a chain and cassette replacement. Before you agree, grab a ruler. A worn chain does eventually damage the cassette it runs on, but shops do not always mention exactly when you actually need the replacement and when you do not. Lay a ruler along your chain with the 0 mark centered on a pin. Count 12 full links. On a healthy chain, the center of the 12th pin lands exactly at 12 inches. If it's past 12 and 1/16 inches, it's time for a new chain. Past 12 and 1/8, it's already wearing down your cassette. This test takes 15 seconds and costs nothing. Shops charge a diagnostic fee to tell you the exact same thing a ruler already knows. Number 8, the rubber band brake trick. You're wrestling a wheel that won't clear the brake pads, scraping the rim, convinced you're missing some special tool. You're not. If your bicycle has rim brakes, loop a rubber band or hair tie around one brake lever and the handlebar grip, squeezing the lever most of the way closed. That holds your pads open wider than the brake's own quick release allows, giving the wheel enough clearance to slide right past. That quick release mechanism was originally built for racing mechanics who needed to swap wheels in seconds mid-race. Its factory opening was never meant to be the actual limit. No scratched rim, no wasted time, no paying someone for a 5-second fix. Number 7, the talcum powder tube trick. You install a new tube. A few rides later, you're flat again, with no obvious cause. You assume bad luck, buy another tube, and it happens again. It isn't luck. New tubes come out of the box slightly tacky, which makes them grip unevenly inside the tire as it flexes thousands of times per mile. That friction wears a tube thin in one exact spot. That's your mystery flat. A light dusting of talcum powder or cornstarch on the tube before installing it lets it move freely instead of dragging. Shops that offer this as part of a premium install will sometimes charge extra for it. A bottle of baby powder is a couple of dollars and lasts years. Number 6, the toothpaste polish. Your frame looks dull and hazy next to a newer bicycle, and a shop detail service runs $20 to $30 for something you can fix in 5 minutes. A small amount of plain, non-gel, non-whitening toothpaste, worked into aluminum with a soft cloth in small circles and wiped clean, lifts light surface oxidation. Whitening and gel formulas are actually harsher, not gentler, and they contain stronger abrasives to scrub stains off teeth. The plain, old-fashioned kind is the milder option, which is exactly why it's safe here. It won't fix a gouge, but the tired, hazy look disappears for the cost of something already in your bathroom. Number 5, the WD-40 Rescue. A seat post that won't budge, a bolt rusted solid, a quick-release skewer frozen in place. This is the exact scenario some shops quote real money for, sometimes involving cutting the post out entirely if it's bad enough. Before any of that, soak the stuck area generously with WD-40 and let it sit for 15 to 20 minutes, longer for serious corrosion. WD-40 was designed to work into microscopic gaps between corroded metal surfaces and help break the bond rust creates. Twist gently, reapply if needed, and repeat. Most stuck posts and bolts free up without ever needing a shop. One important limit worth being honest about. WD-40 is a penetrating and water-displacing spray, not a proper long-term chain lubricant, whatever the internet tells you. Use it to free stuck metal or to displace water off a chain after a wet ride, then follow up with real chain lube, not WD-40 itself, for anything that actually needs to keep spinning smoothly. A $6 can instead of a repair bill that can run well past $50. Number 4. The alcohol rotor reset. Your disc brakes squeal through every stop, and it feels like you're losing power. You start budgeting for new pads. It's usually not the pads. It's invisible contamination, skin oils, a stray drop of chain lube, even certain cleaning sprays, sitting on the rotor, the metal disc your pads clamp onto. Wipe both sides of the rotor and the pads firmly with isopropyl alcohol on a clean, lint-free rag. That's the entire fix. One rule matters more than anything else here. Never use anything oil-based near a rotor or pads. No WD-40, no chain lube, no all-purpose degreaser. That's exactly what caused the contamination, and it can permanently ruin a set of pads in seconds. A $30 to $60 pad replacement, avoided with a rag and a bottle of alcohol you probably already own. Number 3, the one you should never do wrong, seat post grease. A squeaky seat post has one common answer online: grease it. That advice is correct for half of all bicycles and dangerous for the other half. If your frame or post is carbon fiber, grease is the wrong answer. Carbon only grips inside a clamp through friction against a rough surface, not raw clamping force. Add anything slippery, and no amount of tightening compensates for it. The post can slowly slip down under your weight mid-ride without warning. For carbon, use carbon assembly paste instead, a gritty product built to grip rather than lubricate, sold at any bike shop for a few dollars. Grease is only for metal-on-metal contact, an aluminum or steel post in an aluminum or steel frame. Get this backwards, and you're not saving a shop fee. You're creating the exact kind of failure a shop visit would have prevented. Number 2, the inner tube chainstay wrap. That metallic slap on every bump is your chain going slack and hitting the frame tube nearest the ground, the chainstay chipping the paint down to bare metal one impact at a time. Cut a section from an old inner tube, wrap it tightly around the chainstay, and secure it with tape or a couple of zip ties. It does the exact job as the $10 to $20 neoprene protector kits shops sell for the cost of a tube you already have from a previous flat. Some bicycles even leave the factory with a protective film already on that exact spot because manufacturers know this wear is coming before you ride your first mile. Number 1, the emergency derailleur save. Your rear derailleur bends in a crash and gets pulled into your spinning wheel. One more pedal stroke could destroy both. Every geared bicycle has a small, deliberately soft piece of metal called a derailleur hanger, engineered on purpose to bend or snap in a crash, so your far more expensive frame doesn't have to. When it's bent this badly, shorten your chain by removing a few links, and zip tie the derailleur cage directly to the frame or seat stay. This locks your bicycle into a single working gear for the ride home. It isn't elegant, it just gets you home. The real takeaway. None of these tricks require a mechanic's toolbox. Most of them cost less than a candy bar, and one of them alone could save you a repair bill that runs well into 3 figures. The next time something feels broken, check it yourself first. You might save more than just a repair bill. Which one are you trying first? Let me know in the comments below.